He's like, I smell man flesh. They picked up our trail. They picked up our trail. Just he's like running. It's almost like the Anakin Skywalker thing. It is, we just passed May the 4th. Say the Anakin line.
You will try.
They picked up our trail. They like hauled ass with him, man.
What's funny too, it's like, dude, there was 3 people against your 100. Like, why are you that worried? You just in strength and numbers, you guys should have been fine, right? But
and you had that one that was like, this wasn't in the novel at all. I want some meats.
what about the legs? They don't need them.
I want some meats.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
So good. That was dead on. He like cut his arms off and shit. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Dude, we should have tried. Dude, if Amazon, because they just bought the rights to Lord of the Rings, if they decide to make an actual like movie, we're gonna apply to be orcs.
That'd be fun.
That would be awesome. Meat's back on the menu, boys. That's so good, man. With that, man, that was my debate. Did you have any debates?
Yeah, I do, and I'm kind of torn whether I want to throw this debate now or if I want to save it. But since I already brought it up, I might as well talk about it. This is talking about like the romance aspect of stuff. Like, do you think if Arwen was not in the picture, that we'd have a budding romance between 2 like kingdoms? Meaning, Aragorn being the heir to Gondor, being Elendil's heir, and then obviously Eowyn being, a royalty from Rohan. Do you think we would have got like matched up with like 2 houses uniting, almost Game of Thrones style, uniting 2 people's houses? Do you think we would have gotten that if Arwen wasn't in the picture? Or, like, what do you think?
Arwen wasn't supposed to be in the picture. Like, maybe she wasn't supposed to be in the picture. It just happened to be that's the way fate lies, right? Because, think of it. If Eowyn and Aragorn got together and Arwen wasn't in the picture, who never wanted her to be with Aragorn anyways? Elrond. So everyone would be happy. She wouldn't know Aragorn. She'd be sent off. Elrond would be happy. You would have no problems there. And then Aragorn would form this massive alliance of men with Eowyn. It's probably, being honest, it's probably a more ideal situation. It probably is.
At that point, because Aragorn has a lot of ties to the elves. Like, he's part of the Dunedain, right? And he was kind of grew up around elves. He speaks the elven language very fluently. It's like, man, it's hard to say that there wasn't some level of fate there. But it's almost like star-crossed lovers talking about Arwen and Aragorn. They're not really supposed to be together. It's got some real heavy Romeo and Juliet vibes because, Aragorn has lived a very unnaturally long life for a man up to this point. We'll find out in this, especially in the extended editions of the film. It actually mentions his age in the 2 Towers, and I won't give it away now. Elves have everlasting life; they don't die unless obviously they're killed. So it's like they have this weird Romeo Juliet type of deal where eventually, Aragorn's gonna die, but like she gives up her immortality, and then it's like we all both die together. It's like, I don't know. It's talking about Arwen here. It's very, very strange, but like he's got too many ties to the elves for there not to be that level. More ideal situation, maybe for the first generation of everyone, it would be. But if you do it that way, Eowyn's gonna die way before Aragorn because she's not part of any special race of men. So she's probably gonna die by, back then, age 50 is old, right? Like, she's gonna die by 50, and he's already much older than that. So it's like, I don't know exactly how that works out,
But then you bring up the debate, like, technically Aragorn was never supposed to be raised by elves anyways. He got raised by elves because it's kind of funny, we're like mentioning all these other franchises in our genre, right? So I'm going to bring up another one, Spider-Man. She's kind of like the Gwen Stacy that I think is going to take his eyes off the Mary Jane. But in an ideal situation, I think it would have formed like a massive alliance of power. But then technically you wonder whether, we don't want to give anything away, like the destiny of the future of what's to come actually would have ever happened. So I just really think her role in this situation was always supposed to be like a Gwen Stacy, like someone to steal his attention.
I for sure think so too. I think that's like the purpose of it. The question of the debate was like, if Arwen wasn't in the picture, like, is that what would have happened? You know, do we think like she would have been like the one and for him? And you know, that's a good. Like she definitely was the. I look at it, I'm a big love triangle guy. Love a good love triangle. So, you know, right? She at least gave him pause to think. Like, at least in what we read here, it could go deeper. I'm not going to give anything away. Who knows? But point being is that if Arwen was in the picture, we might have a massive union of two major cities of Middle Earth.